How's it going, guys? You're watching Wake Up and Live. Congratulations to the previous winner, and this video will start the second giveaway, so stay tuned for that. You must subscribe to this channel, like this video, and follow me and Ski on Instagram. But thanks for watching. Hopefully you guys enjoy it, and stay tuned. Okay, so this is the prizes for the next giveaway. A ski prong knife, a Wake Up and Live hat, and a ski prong taco stick, which is just a 4-foot 3-prong. I'm actually tempted to grab one myself. I think I could use it for coles and prawning. But yeah, good luck to whoever enters this one.
Lions roaring in the morning sun, searching for a longer day. People feeling like the light has just come. We must never stop the way. Yeah. Birds chirping and I hear my name, grasping into a light.
Okay, we'll start this video off with this quick dive. This is a solo dive, and I accidentally deleted the 3 clips before this. I was taking a drop kind of in the sand area, trying to get a uku. I saw a nice 15 to 20 pound uku cruising around with another smaller uku, and it would come in but not quite close enough on those previous drops. But anyway, yeah, I dropped down here on this reef to grab my flasher. I'm not super comfortable because I'm on this reef. This is at 65 now, whereas down there in the sand was 70. But yeah, anyway, just took a drop, got to the bottom, grabbed my flasher, started looking around. A lot of movements, and I am staying high just to have a better point of view. Looking around, looking for that uku to come in. As I said, it's a really big one. Just scanning around, kind of holding my flasher up, flashing it. Really trying my best to attract the uku. Right there, I noticed a school of echinonos coming in. So I was thinking if there's a big enough one, I could try and shoot one of them if I can't get the uku to come in. So just looking around, hoping for the uku. Right here, the school of echinonos are coming in front of me, so I'm gonna take one look around, make sure the uku's not sneaking in. And yeah, figure I'm gonna just take one of these. So line up for the biggest one. And yeah, perfect stone shot. Nice consolation prize. We would have really loved that uku, of course, but you know how it goes, you can't win them all. But yeah, anyway, that's the only fish I shot on this solo dive. I took a few more drops out in the 70s and whatnot and had no luck. But after this, I decided to do a breath hold drop. And what I mean by that is I'd go to shallower water, get to the bottom, and just push near max breath holds. I am solo on this dive, so I'm not going to push it as hard as I normally do. And for me, that's usually between 40 and 50 feet. So you just get to the bottom and you really concentrate on your muscles. You figure out which ones you still need to relax. There should be no tension in your body. And this is helping train your mind and your body into max relaxation and teaching you how to deal with CO2 levels rising. But yeah, guys, that's one of the big things that helped me improve. So I would normally do 3 of those every spearfishing session, or I do 3 deep dives. And what I mean by that is just hitting depths near your max. And of course, don't do this without a partner, especially the deep dives. It can be super dangerous. And make sure your partner and yourself know the basics of blackout rescuing and what to look for. Because in the end, that's going to save your life. So always remember that. But yeah, right here, so I'm doing my breath hold drop. This is at 42 feet. Just complete relaxation, head down. But yeah, that was the first tip. So the second tip would be to learn the Frenzel equalization technique. And what that is just your tongue is like a piston on your soft palate, and you're creating pressure, and that's how you're equalizing your ears instead of like blowing directly from your lungs. So yeah, learn the Frenzo if you haven't already, not the Valsalva. Another trick you can do to train is to use CO2 and O2 tables. What that is CO2 tables is you pick a breath hold time and your breathe ups in between shrink. So usually you start at a 2 minute breathe up, and then the next hold is a minute 45, minute 30, and so on. You drop down by 15 seconds until you reach 15-second breathe up only. And the O2 tables is the opposite. Your breathe up time stays the same, but your breath hold time increases. Those are things I've done in the past, and they definitely helped me deal with the CO2 tolerances. Another training tip that I've used is doing dynamic apnea. And all that means is just holding your breath and doing long swims, usually as long as you can. So it doesn't have to be deep water or nothing, as long as you have some distance that you can cover. And this is gonna teach your legs and mind to be efficient while finning. And freediving is all about efficiency. So the more efficient and the less oxygen you waste, the better you'll be. And you can also do apnea walks, and that's just holding your breath and walking. If you don't have a chance to get into the water, that's another way you can train at home, along with the CO2 and O2 tables. And of course, just being in good physical shape definitely helps any athlete perform well. So, yeah, getting your cardio in, maintaining a healthy weight and diet, it all benefit you in the end. Okay, and the last tip I can talk about is gear, having the proper gear. So we'll start off with a wetsuit. Make sure your wetsuit fits you well, is comfortable, and keeps you warm. This is just gonna help your relaxation the more comfortable you are, and especially if you get cold, that's just gonna suck your breath hold and makes it really hard to relax. So yeah, have a good wetsuit. Second off, a low volume mask. It just gives you that little bit of saved oxygen when you're equalizing your mask going down. The most important gear to me is carbon fins. A good set of carbon fins, especially if you're going from plastics or cheap fiberglass fins, is you can instantly gain at least a few seconds on your breath holds just because they're more efficient. And like I said before, freediving is all about efficiency. The more efficient you are in any way, the better off you will be. And a dive watch. A dive watch is super necessary in my mind, especially when trying to progress, because you can see how long you're staying down, how deep you're going. You usually choose a watch that has a surface time so you can do proper breathe ups as well. And for me, that's always at least 3 times the length of my previous dive. But usually I go to 4 to 5 times. So on average, my breathe ups are usually 8 to 10 minutes, especially on deeper drops. This really helps you do those long, deep drops. And I feel like a lot of people don't do proper or long enough breathe ups. Another bonus tip for beginners would be to take a freediving class. I've never taken one, but if you're a beginner, it's going to teach you all the basics, the fundamentals, and the safety. So you'll instantly get like that head start, and you'll start off with proper technique and know-how. So yeah, if you haven't taken one, take one. But yeah, that's pretty much all the tips I can really give. I know everyone was hoping for a magic answer, and I'm sorry, I don't have one. For me, it's just consistency and hard work, and like anything else, just putting in the time, practice, and yeah, eventually you will improve. Now, I know a lot of people just think they can keep diving and wondering why they're not improving. And it's probably because either they're not being consistent enough or they're not pushing themselves enough on the dives. And like I said, again, this is where a partner really comes in. So you can push yourself. But yeah, just do a deeper dive or a long dive at least once every single spearfishing session. And if you're consistent enough, I'm sure you'll see some improvement. But anyway, hopefully that helps some of you. That's all I have for now. But yeah, we'll get back to this video. Okay, so this footage is from another dive. I have my partner on this day. I just been doing random drops at 60 to 80 feet. You know, looking for that uku or that big monocali or the moo. The usual fish that I target. So right here, I think this is at like 70 something feet. Just looking around. This big uhu comes in and I was really giving it some thought on taking it. At this point, I didn't shoot nothing yet, and I don't mind taking an uhu here and there. But I gave it a pass. So here's another drop. This is down at 71 feet. I've been noticing like these kind of smaller moves would be around and pretty curious. So yeah, here, drop down, get to the bottom, dust, and put my head down, keep my face low. Typical moo hunting. I still have a habit of trying to look around a lot, just because I've had so many times where a uku would sneak up on me at the bottom. But right here, just staying still. Moo is coming in. Lined up. And yeah, I got a perfect stone shot on him. I just love having a gun that shoots well. It makes your shots so much easier. Right there, I tightened the drag on my reel just so it's not free spooling and drifting away and, spooling my entire reel while I'm dealing with the fish. I've had that happen before. But yeah, just bringing it up. Trying to make sure I'm not getting all tangled in my reel line. And yeah, I got a nice moo. Not big, but good enough. So after taking a few more drops, I decided to grab the ski prong. And I really thought there was going to be minpachis down here in these rocks. This is down at 64 feet. But yeah, I didn't see any pachis, so here's a kole. Missed. But luckily you can reload quick. And yeah, secured the first kole. So after looking around, here's another drop. Found another kole. Gonna reload and try and look for one more. I'm still trying to look for minpachis in all these holes that I find. Here are these two koles trying to line up. And yeah, they got away. Here's another drop. Another kole. And right there I saw the Cavalier school. And I was like, you know what? I'm gonna try and find one more fish and I'll film them for a little bit on the way up. So right here, I thought this was a pretty cool shot, holding the two coles and the Cavalier school behind. Okay, so this is another dive. And this is right when I was trying to do my warm-up drop. This shark comes in and it's not what you want to see at the start of the dive. Especially this is another solo dive for me. But anyway, after that, I did my warm-up. So I'm out to this house to check it out. As usual, nobody's home. So I'm going to take a look out. And I noticed a big yellow spot cruising in the distance. It's really hard to see it, but yeah, there's a yellow spot out there. So I was trying to grunt, bring it in. And then actually I'm going to see these umilus come in. I'm going to see that moo in the background, that uku. And yeah, just fish everywhere. And I was all excited. I was like, oh, this is going to be a really good dive. Right there, I'm still hoping that yellow spot comes in or the uku. But yeah, I'm going to go up and try and do a good breathe up to get a long dive in. And unfortunately, after that, my ear started failing to equalize. I'm not too sure what is happening. Like complete failure just on one side. And it's not like I'm congested or anything. So yeah, I'm not too sure what's causing it. But I struggled for a good half an hour or so, trying to equalize the surface, having failed dives, going down to like 20 and 50 feet and having to turn around. So finally right here, I managed to get to the bottom. I think this is like at 70 feet or almost. And definitely didn't feel good, so didn't stay down very long. Went back up. Did a good breathe up again, came down here, managed to get back to the bottom at 70. Looking around, hoping for that yellow spot or that uku to come in. And I remember at this point, my mentality was just all kind of mixed up. I was just wondering why my ear was failing to equalize. Yeah, it actually affected me for a few dives even after this one. I was always thinking that it's just going to fail randomly. And it actually did twice. But looking around, hoping for that uku. Big top is school. And yeah, unfortunately nothing came in on that drop. So since my equalization wasn't that reliable, I grabbed the ski prong and decided to shoot a few mimpachis out of the house. And this is the first time I've ever done this actually, and I've been going to this spot for years. And as you can tell, look at how friendly they are. I don't ever bother them. And this is at 55 feet. Yeah, and secured two nice pachis. Here's the next drop again. I dropped more down the house hoping to kind of find pachis on the other end just because I didn't want to take them all from this one little area. But unfortunately there was nothing, so here I am swimming over back to where I shot those other two. And I noticed that real big Roy. So I figure I might as well try and shoot it since I'm using my 3-prong. And yeah, hit it, spined it, and unfortunately the shot was too far, so I just hit the spine and it just wiggled off. I was trying to look for it, and yeah, I couldn't find it. But dead invasive is a good invasive. And yeah, that was actually a really huge roy. So here I'm back down. Just trying to get some more potchies. I told myself I would get 5 from this hole, and then look for another hole and get another 5 more. That's another good practice to do. Don't just load up from one hole. I made that mistake way in the past, and yeah, just not responsible hunting. So right here, this is down at 60 feet on another hole. Hit the first potchie. Unfortunately, it came off. Got one more, and you can tell these potchies are just friendly. Super curious. They're not swimming around all erratically, and yeah, it makes it feel too easy almost. Yeah, secured a nice 3 potchies on that drop. So I just needed another 2 more from this hole, and I was good for the day. Okay, so how to enter this next giveaway. As I said before, just be subscribed to this channel. Follow me and Ski on Instagram. I'll have that in the link below. And to actually enter, drop a comment, Ski Prong. And yeah, you'll be entered in this next giveaway. Good luck to all you that enter. Thank you for watching. A huge mahalo to Ski. I really appreciate you. And yeah, that pretty much sums up this video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Stay tuned for more. Dive safe, stay safe. Aloha, guys.
Savannah, the beauty of the world, Savannah. Let's all take a walk, Savannah.